The best part of Penn State is our people. Penn Staters make a difference. We are one community impacting many. Our faculty, researchers, and students improve the lives of others. Our students graduate and develop into alumni who find new solutions to our ever-changing needs. Tonight, we celebrate a small group of prominent alumni. These 10 Penn Staters are making profound advancements in their chosen careers and in society. They are this year's recipients of the Alumni Achievement Award. Esteemed guests, please welcome to the stage the Interim Executive Officer of the Penn State Alumni Association, Ryan Jones.
Thanks, everybody, and good evening again. I'm Ryan Jones. Again, I'm the Interim Executive Officer of the Penn State Alumni Association. I'm honored to be here tonight with all of you, and in particular, this group of our honorees tonight. As I said to them, we had a little meet and greet beforehand, and every year, this is one of the most inspiring, joyful, humbling for those of us who are not 35 and under, events on our calendar. We love having these alumni back. They are so accomplished. They're doing such great things. They're representing Penn State in so many wonderful ways out in the world. So really honored to be able to bring them back here tonight and recognize them. I want to welcome everybody as well who is watching on the Alumni Association live stream, for those who couldn't join us in person. We celebrate tonight an extraordinary group of alumni whose accomplishments remind us that impact does not require decades. It requires vision, determination, and the courage to lead. The Alumni Achievement Award recognizes Penn State graduates who are 35 of age or younger and who have already distinguished themselves through exceptional professional achievement. Just as important, this award demonstrates to our students that meaningful success can begin early and that Penn Staters are prepared to make a difference wherever their paths may lead. A lot of our honorees have had the opportunity over the past day or two to interact with students. I know I've had a chance to talk to some of those student leaders, some of our most active students now, to see the example that's being set by these alums who are not that far ahead of them. It's an incredible opportunity. Sponsored by the Penn State Alumni Association, authorized by the university's Board of Trustees, and supported by our academic colleges and campuses, the Alumni Achievement Award is a lifelong designation. It also brings honorees back to campus to share their experience and expertise with students, faculty, and administrators, an invaluable gift to the next generation of Penn Staters. We're grateful to the families, friends, faculty, alumni, volunteers, and supporters who have gathered to celebrate this remarkable group. Your presence, all of yours, reflects the strength of the Penn State community and the pride that we share in these honorees. This evening, each recipient will receive the Alumni Achievement Award, the actual award, designed by artist and alumni fellow Jeannie Stevens Solman. And it is now my distinct pleasure to invite Penn State's 19th president, Dr. Neeli Bendapudi, to the podium to begin our celebration.
Thank you, Ryan, and good evening, everybody. How exciting is this evening? The theme of today, if you were to ask me, what is a word that describes today, this evening, I would have to say, it has to be two. Because the two words would be pride and joy. This is all about pride in our Pride of Lions. Get it? I couldn't help it. No one wrote it. It's me. I apologize. And I would also say joy. Thank you. You bring us joy when we watch you succeed the way you do. Tonight, Ryan, you said it so well. We get to recognize 10 of Penn State's brightest, boldest, most inspiring alumni. And it's truly a privilege to welcome you back to campus. Welcome back home. And families and people watching online, this is a pretty big deal. We have over 800,000 living alumni. And I don't know exactly how many of them are under 35, but Jules grant me it's living alumni, so it's a pretty big number. And out of that, to pick 10 alumni to showcase as inspiration for all of us, not just for the students today, you are an inspiration to us. And I will confess, frankly, you make me wonder what on earth was I doing at that age when I look at what you all have done. We come together to recognize you because you're already shaping the world around you. You're shaping industries. You're strengthening communities. you're advancing discovery, and you're leading with purpose. We recognize you not only for your incredible accomplishments, but also because of the way you conduct yourselves. You truly reflect Penn State's values. I understand from the selection committee that they pay particular attention to how well you exemplify Penn State's values of integrity, respect, responsibility, discovery, excellence, and community. And that's what you reflect. The pride and joy are because of the excellence and sense of community that you all built. By the way, that's about the whole evening. So would you join me in thanking the Clay Woolbrecht Jazz Trio for the music that they have provided and will continue to? We look forward to hearing more from you during the program later today. As president of this great university, it's my honor to celebrate you all and to enable future generations of Penn State to be inspired by you and to follow in your footsteps. Before we continue, I'd like to share that one of tonight's honorees, Lisa Marie Rugali, is unable to join us this evening because she has an exciting professional opportunity that came up at the last minute, and she had to show up for it. So we miss having her with us tonight, but I certainly hope to celebrate her next year in person. But would you join me in giving a round of applause to Lisa Marie? And with that, we will begin recognizing the honorees for tonight. I am so honored to first invite Julia Cicchetti up on stage. Julia, please come up. Julia is a senior propulsion engineer at Impulse Space, where she designs advanced rocket engines that enable spacecraft to travel far beyond Earth's orbit. Before joining Impulse Space, she spent 7 years at SpaceX, beginning as an intern and advancing into increasingly complex engineering roles. She contributed to the development of the Draco thrusters that powered the Dragon spacecraft, the system that safely transports cargo and astronauts to and from the International Space Station. In recognition of her work in engineering design, testing, and analysis, she received NASA's Early Career Achievement Medal. She later supported the development of the Raptor engine that powers Starship, SpaceX's next-generation rocket. I strongly recommend, especially for my students, that you look up the videos she submitted for her application to SpaceX. Renaissance woman, that's her. We should just change when they say dictionaries and Renaissance, just put Julia's picture in there. She plays the violin, did a solo tour in Italy. She draws and paints, does taekwondo. See, I do my research beyond what is here. She's always been a builder. In high school, she taught herself advanced math. What can I say? Each to their own. And it's unbelievable. She began taking college courses at Penn State Behrend as a 10th grader. She graduated in 2020 as valedictorian of the School of Engineering, where she competed on the Robotics and Society of Automotive Engineers super mileage teams. Today, I am so grateful. Julia, thank you for never forgetting your roots. She comes back to Behrend as a guest lecturer, and you truly inspire me, so much so that I bugged my husband. He was like, what's going on? And after he watched the video, he was like, now I get it. Really, really impressive students and alumni that we have with great pride and joy and love from Penn State. It's my honor to present this to you. And now the floor is yours. Come on up. We're going to look there. Inspiration, what can I say? Please.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Academy. Oh, that was last week. That was last week, sorry. No, truly, I'd like to thank Penn State Barrand. Thank you so much. I'm truly honored. It's so good to be back and to see old professors and see everybody. And I just feel truly humbled to see all of the other awardees and to see the young students here coming up. And I'm sure some of them will also reach for the stars or become amazing opera singers or whatever they dream to be. And from a very early age, I looked up at the stars and I thought, I want to build rocket engines. That was my dream. And I just found so much support at Penn State Barrand, and my professors just really supported me in everything. And I went to their office hours for wild questions about rocket engines, completely unrelated to class, and they were so helpful, and it was truly an amazing education here. And I look at some of the other schools. I toured many other schools before I decided to come to Penn State, and there really is no other school like Penn State. And I'm truly happy to have gone here, and thank you, everybody. I'll stop being boring.
One of the things that I can assure you, Julia, I don't think you're capable of being boring if you tried very, very actively. Next, I'd like to invite Taylor Christ to join me on stage. Taylor is the Director of Nursing Operations at Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals in Philadelphia. And there he leads workforce strategy for the major academic medical center. And the things that he's working on are truly life-changing. I can speak to that because of experience with academic medical centers. He's recognized for his innovative leadership, through which he strengthens staffing models, standardizes leadership practices, and advances long-term workforce sustainability. Previously, at Allegheny General Hospital, Taylor held progressive leadership roles and led pandemic response efforts while advancing quality and patient safety initiatives. His work reduced turnover, decreased reliance on contingent staffing, and improved outcomes, including reductions in patient falls and hospital-acquired pressure injuries. You have no idea how significant all of these are to the healthcare system. A 2014 honors graduate of the Ross and Carol Neese College of Nursing, Taylor has, because he didn't have anything demanding enough in his day job, has authored peer-reviewed publications, served as a subject matter expert for national certification exams, and he has earned multiple honors for nursing leadership. He remains an active mentor and alumni leader. Taylor, on behalf of all the patients and families and communities that you impact, I am truly honored to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
So I did have to write some remarks down. I cannot fly off the cuff. But it really is, I'm really honored to stand here tonight and be one of the Alumni Achievement Award recipients. To be recognized among such an inspiring and an incredibly accomplished group of alumni is both humbling and meaningful. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You really are inspiring, and it truly is a privilege. I want to thank President Betaputi, the Penn State Alumni Association, the Award Selection Committee, Dean Badzik, and the Neese College of Nursing Alumni Relationship Team, both current and former, for this incredible honor and for the work you do to keep alumni connected, supported, and celebrated. When I think back to my time at Penn State, I don't think about classes or accomplishments. I really think about a moment when everything felt possible, even if I didn't yet know what that meant. I arrived with ambition and uncertainty, and instead of a roadmap, Penn State provided me something more meaningful and more lasting. It provided me with the confidence to figure things out. It pushed me to take risks, to embrace discomfort and uncertainty, to walk into rooms that challenged me, and to trust that I'm capable of more than I think. And most importantly, to keep going. And in that, I learned that growth isn't always easy, as I think everyone in this room can probably attest to, but it is always worth it. What shaped me most, though, was the people. This is where I found a community of mentor faculties who supported me, believed in me, friends who became family, and a sense of belonging that stays with you long after you leave the university. To my mentors, thank you for pushing me to further than I ever thought I could go. To my family, thank you for supporting me. To my friends, thank you for supporting me, the honesty in the moments that made this journey possible. And to my family, parents, aunts, uncles, and brothers, thank you for being my foundation through all of this. Your belief in me made this possible long before I ever stepped on campus, and your continued support and encouragement continues to drive me. To my fellow alumni, it's an honor to be a part of this community with you. The impact you're making is a reminder of what this network looks like at its best. So tonight, I accept this award with deep gratitude and with a commitment to continue living a way that reflects the community, living in a way that the community has given me. So thank you.
Taylor, what wonderful words. Penn State, if we can open the idea of what is possible for every single student and give them that belief to walk into rooms that challenge them and the trust that they are able to do this. My goodness, what better aspiration. I'm going to write that down and share with my leadership team that it's beyond a degree. That's what we really have to do. Next, I would like to invite Alex Hogan to join me on stage. It's such a joy to have Alex here tonight. She is a foreign correspondent for Fox News Channel, covering major international and domestic stories. She has reported live from Ukraine during the Russian invasion and from Tehran during military exercises. She has also covered the humanitarian crisis in Poland following the invasion of Ukraine. She's covered the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, the COVID-19 pandemic, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the Texas border immigration crisis. Before joining Fox News, Hogan reported and anchored for WFMZ TV in Allentown and CBS affiliate WTAJ TV in central Pennsylvania, gaining experience across local and national news. A 2016 graduate of the Belisario College of Communications, she earned a regional Emmy for her student reporting and participated in Thon as a producer and reporter. Hogan is multilingual, has lived internationally, and she brings a global perspective to her reporting. Alex, we love that you take your Penn State passion to all corners of the world, and it is such an honor to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you very much. It is such an honor, it's such a treat to be here tonight. I was a little girl when I decided I wanted to be a journalist, and it was this big dream of mine that I wanted to travel all over the world and tell stories. And I didn't know how I was going to get there, but Penn State helped me find that path and figure out how exactly I was going to make it happen. I was a senior in high school when I got the call from Jamie Perry in the College of Communications to come and visit Penn State. And I did, and immediately fell in love with this campus and the people here. And it felt like that puzzle piece that fits into place, and you think, yes, this is right. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to be. And throughout my time here, I had all of these courses that helped give me the resources to be able to set me up for success. My senior year, taking the Center County Report with Steve Krasik was another experience that just helped change my trajectory and make me feel more prepared by the time I graduated. And that set me on my course. I've been able to travel around the world just like I wanted to, and cover everything from major moments of celebration to conflicts, which is an incredibly difficult and dangerous job, being in war zones, going to the front line, spending weeks and months on end there. But I think especially right now, it's an incredibly important job that we need to keep reporting on with everything going on around the world. So it is such a treat to be back here to meet all of the other honorees. Thank you so much for this. I'm so proud to be surrounded by a group of other remarkable young professionals that I hope we all get to keep in touch and come back. And it's incredibly humbling to be here and to meet so many of you and other family members who are just as proud of all of these other recipients. So thank you again. I'm past my time. There should be music that's playing to get me off stage. But it's such a joy, and I hope to be back much, much more.
That was good ad lib right there. Alex, I'm going to hold you to it. In fact, I'm going to ask all of our winners to come back next year. I would love to see you present to the next year's class. Wouldn't that be cool? Because I want to keep you all connected. Yeah, you can applaud. Let's embarrass them and put them on the spot now. No, seriously, I was talking about this earlier. We'd love to have you all come back and create that wonderful opportunity for each year's honorees to be the ones to recognize next year's. Next, I'd like to invite up Matthew Kapliski to join me on stage. Matthew is the director of chemistry at Orbital, an AI-focused startup in Princeton, New Jersey, where he leads teams developing breakthrough materials that capture carbon dioxide from the air and improve cooling for energy-intensive systems like data centers. By combining chemistry and AI, his work is driving more efficient and sustainable solutions to some of today's most critical energy and environmental challenges. A 2012 honors graduate of the Eberly College of Science with a degree in chemistry, Matt spent 3.5 years conducting research with Professor of Chemistry, Dr. Mary Beth Williams, on inorganic linked peptides. Look, 4-year degree, 3.5 years he worked on research. That's really remarkable. That's a truly dedicated student. As a student, he was also deeply involved in thought, serving as fundraiser chair for Atlas and contributing to donor, alumni, and communications committees. After earning his PhD in chemistry from the University of California, Berkeley, he spent 6 years at ExxonMobil Research, where he scaled carbon capture and decarbonization technologies, advancing solutions that could transform how industries address climate change. Matthew, we all talk about AI, we all talk about data centers, we all worry about sustainability. We are so grateful that you're taking your Penn State Foundation to address truly impactful challenges, not just in the US, but for humanity. So thank you for all you do, and it's my honor to present you with this 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks to everyone for being here. Congratulations to all of these other extraordinary awardees. I'd also like to recognize the Alumni Association for recognizing me. I've had a really great day back here, meeting with students and faculty all day, and remembering all of the good times that I had here while I was a student. I want to say thanks especially to Professor Dan Sykes for nominating me. He taught me analytical chemistry, which is a really foundational course in chemistry, and I still use a lot of the techniques that I learned in his class today. So I'm a chemist, like we said, and I've dedicated my career so far to sustainability and carbon removal, including in my current role as Director of Chemistry at Orbital Industries. And reflecting on my time here at Penn State, it's really funny how little moments kind of set you in a direction, and at the time you don't even realize it, and then you look back and you're like, wow, that was so formative for me. So as a few examples, in my freshman year, I asked my chemistry professor at the time if I could do research in his lab, and he said no. His lab was full, but he suggested other professors that I could work with, and I ended up in the lab of Mary Beth Williams, who I'm really excited to have here with me tonight. And she was hugely influential in my career. Being in the lab and getting to do real, legitimate, messy lab work taught me so much about how to think and learn and ask interesting questions. An example is that I spent an entire semester just repeatedly taking apart and putting back together this instrument with really no guidance or instructions just to get a single piece of data. So I feel like that's very emblematic of scientific research. And after Penn State, I've spent basically my entire career working on some porous materials called metal organic frameworks, which won the Nobel Prize in chemistry this past year. And I did not win the Nobel Prize. What's interesting, though, is that I got into that field solely because of a single paper that I wrote in a class here. And at the time, it was just a thing I was doing. And then I look back and I'm like, wow, that set me on a trajectory for my whole career. I grew up in a Penn State family. My parents, Gina and Tom, are sitting over there. They were both part of the class of 1982. I went to football games in the Creamery as a kid, but I really couldn't imagine, coming here and doing lab work and raising money for Thon. So that was really awesome. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for all the support from the very beginning. Thanks also to my wife, Rebecca, for being really supportive. She's here with our two kids who are right over there. Hi, Nico. Hi, Maya. We're hopefully going to get their picture at the Lion Shrine tomorrow if they cooperate. Also, thanks to my grandma for making the trip out here, and some really great friends I made in college, Mike, Chris, Jason, Troy, Tim, and Rob. So thanks again to Dan, Mary Beth, and the Alumni Association for the award. I'm 1 month away from aging out of this award, so I just snuck in under the wire. I guess I'll be a middle-aged alumnus. So yeah, thank you to everyone for being here, and stay curious. Thank you.
I want to say, Rebecca, not everyone is able to go to Penn State. I tell people that I do believe in the redemption of souls. So, all of us married into Penn State, that's a category, or adopted into Penn State, that's a very proud category. Nico and Maya, we're ready for you. We can get you started in labs whenever you want. But truly, stay curious. What a great message. Next, I would like to invite Natalie Keller to join me on stage. Natalie is a senior food scientist at Campbell's, where she develops and brings to market cookie and cracker products for the Pepperidge Farm brand. Her work spans consumer research, recipe development, and scaling production for industrial manufacturing. She contributes to products available nationally, including, oh, I love these, the Milano cookie line and spicy Nashville hot sandwich crackers. I have not tried them, so now I will. She previously worked as a food scientist at La Colomba Coffee Roasters, developing ready-to-drink oat milk lattes and seasonal cold brews, and began her career at Mondelez International on the Nabisco Everything But Oreo team. I get it completely. As a marketing professor, business dean, I hear you. Contributing to Nutter Butter and Belvita cookies. A 2017 honors graduate of the College of Agricultural Sciences, Natalie was deeply involved in campus life. I see that common thread across all of you. She served as president of the Food Science Club, held leadership roles across the agricultural sciences and Schreier's Honors College, and danced in Thon as part of the Schreier Student Council. As an alumna, she has continued her leadership on the Schreier Honors College Scholar Alumni Society Board. In fact, thank you so much, Natalie, for serving as president of that group from 21 to 2025. And she's led initiatives supporting students through scholarships, mentorship, and alumni engagement. We are so proud of all you do and what you will continue to do, Natalie. It's my honor to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award. That's for you.
Thank you. I don't know how any of you guys are reading off of your phones. I had to use like size 18 font to write my stuff. So thank you to the Penn State Alumni Association, to President Bendaputi and Deans Mather and Ott for this incredible honor and welcoming me back on the other side of event planning this time around. I am so proud to be representing both the College of Agricultural Sciences and the Schreier Honors College tonight. The faculty and staff of both of these two colleges worked so hard to create a welcoming, supportive community for students. My food science professors were deeply supportive both in and out of the classroom. They came to our Thon fundraisers and knew what club activities each of us were involved in, which I think speaks volumes to their character and dedication to us not only as students but as people. The Schreier Honors College has become even more integral into my life after graduation by leading the Scholar Alumni Society, and I have been able to grow so much personally and professionally through the relationships that I've developed there. Thank you especially to Sean Goheen. I don't know where you are in this room, but you are certainly one of the reasons I am on this stage tonight, and your guidance and friendship over the last 7 years has been so important to me. I'm deeply grateful for the support of my family that allowed me to be at Penn State. To my sister, who is my twin, was here for all 4 years with me, and it was great to have a piece of home by my side every step of the way. We were raised by our parents. Now I'm gonna cry, this is annoying. We were raised by our parents, Marianne and Kevin, who are two nurses who sacrificed holidays and weekends to provide for my sister and I. And I didn't understand that privilege until I got to Penn State and what it meant to have parents who supported you through that education. And to my partner, Mike, I'm grateful that you don't bat an eye when I drag you here for another weekend or find a new place to volunteer or another hobby that I'm terrible at to take up space in our house. Lastly, two of my high school teachers, Adam Sierfoss and John Seifert, who are both College of Ag alumni, are here tonight. And I'm absolutely confident that the reason I have this award is because of the two of you. The mentorship that they provided has just been so incredible. I'm confident that Adam and John are two of the best educators in our state, from countless hours of public speaking. That's why I'm able to do this. Public speaking practice over the summers. You guys got keys for my sister and I to do experiments in the buildings on weekends and drove us across multiple states to compete in a national food science competition. I've never encountered teachers who are as dedicated to their students as you are. The confidence and drive you instilled in me has made me a better scientist and a better person, and you've shaped the life I have today. So I share this award with the two of you. So thank you.
I would like for all of us to recognize the two high school teachers that are here. Adam and John, would you stand for 1 minute? Everybody give them a round of applause. Thank you. And I mean it with all sincerity. The students that come to us would not be here if it weren't for the work that is done in our K through 12 system. We can never forget it. And at Penn State, we take it very seriously. Even though we're a $1.44 billion research enterprise every year, I never forget that this last year that we admitted students, 28% of them were first in their families to go to college. And I can tell you with the most loving families, no question, and you can hear that with everybody, but without the teachers that helped them to get there, they wouldn't be here. So on behalf of all of the educators, we thank you both. Before we continue with the program, we're going to take a brief pause in our celebration. There's going to be a 10-minute intermission before returning to recognize the remaining honorees. Thank you, and we look forward to continuing this special evening with you shortly. Take it away. By the way, I want all our award winners to know that a group of us here were chatting about calling 35 middle-aged. I remember at one time when I thought that was really old, and 3 women at that table, we decided that you're just getting started at 35. So just want you to know. And we can't wait to see what you will accomplish. Welcome back to continue our celebration of our extraordinary alumni. I am excited to invite Anthony Mitchell to join me on stage. Look at you, you've got your own hype crowd here. I like this. But Anthony is, I will give you the whole description in 1 second, but I went up and said, Anthony, welcome back home. How is it? It's like, it's great. How couldn't it be? I've already been to the creamery. I went here, I went there. It's like a true Penn Stater, through and through. You want to see a Penn Stater? You have one right there. Anthony is the Vice President of Federal Affairs at AHIP, a national association. It's America's health insurance providers. A national association whose members provide healthcare coverage, services, and solutions to hundreds of millions of Americans. In that role, he works with Congress, the White House, and federal agencies to help shape policies that improve access, affordability, and equity across the U.S. healthcare system. With more than a decade of experience in public policy and leadership, Anthony previously led federal policy initiatives at Lyft, served in the Executive Office of Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser's office, and he advised elected officials on Capitol Hill on healthcare, education, the judiciary, finance, and civil rights issues. He's also the founder of Engage with Impact, a consulting and executive coaching firm, and the Monumental Men's Network, a community dedicated to the success and advancement of Black men in corporate America. A 2017 graduate of the College of Liberal Arts. With a degree in political science, Anthony was active in Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, the Lion Ambassadors, the University Park Undergraduate Association, and the Blueprint Peer Mentors Program. He was also a spokesperson for Take the Lead campaign and was a student manager at the Paul Robeson Cultural Center. Anthony is one of those alumni who stays deeply engaged with all things Penn State through his alumni service, philanthropy, and mentorship. He serves on the Board of Visitors for the School of Public Policy, contributes to the Varsity S Club, and supporting programs that advance students and alumni alike. Anthony, it's so clear to see the joy in you when you are at Penn State, and I want you to know we reflect that back to you 1,000-fold. I'm honored to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Gotta adjust this for a sec. There's a slight height difference. Sight. Wow, I am so deeply honored to receive this and to accept this. You know, I grew up in uptown New Orleans, and shortly after Hurricane Katrina, we moved to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I never thought when my mom dropped me off on the corner of Shortridge and Pollock, as I was being moved into a place that I had never been before, with no family around and no friends, that I would find home. President Budapendi has been incredibly gracious in listing all the things that have happened on my resume. But truly, if I can encapsulate that, there's a quote that I try to live by, and I'll share with you all this evening, which is, the only thing stopping evil from winning is if good people do nothing. And so I've been really, really blessed to stand before you and to be the recipient and the face of what is really the investment of mentors, of friends, of family, of professors who are still here today, which is, you know, great, but also of community that I've grown to cherish and deeply appreciate so much. My mom, who is unfortunately not here this evening, taught me a lesson that I'll share with you all today as well, which is, when everything else has been said, what is there left to say? And of course, that is thank you. Thank you to God first, who is the reason why I am here today and I'm able to share so much of my story with you. Thank you to my wife, who is here and lovely recording and looking beautiful doing it. Thank you to Dean Lang and the College of Liberal Arts, and Lillard and Lydell and Jordan and all the people who are here. I'm trying not to name too many names because that gets into dangerous territory. But truly, thank you to you all for believing in me, for cultivating my ability to share with you my experiences and my story. And of course, thank you to each of the friends, the family, and people that are here supporting me. Truly, I am grateful to say that this is the amalgamation of not just the things that I've done, but the people who have gone out of their way to make sure that I was here to share it with you. So thank you so much.
We have to give a shout out. Mrs. Mitchell, your son did good. He did a great job today. As moms, we never tired of hearing not only that our children have achieved great things, but that they're good people. Isn't that true? So the moms in the audience, you know, and those of you who know your moms, you know that. So really, it's wonderful to share this with all of the family. Now, here's a very special individual that I got to see as I walked in, and I said how thrilled I am to be recognizing her. It's my honor to invite Rhoda Moise to join me on the stage. Rhoda and again, all of you have checked out. It's so exciting to learn more about you. Dr. Rowe is a specialist, an educator, speaker, and wellness practitioner whose work advances public health, integrative healing, and community empowerment. She's the founder of Dr. Rowe Wellness, a global health and wellness firm that provides consulting, training, and workshops that combine scientific evidence with ancestral healing practices to promote culturally informed approaches to holistic health. A 2015 honors graduate of the College of Health and Human Development with a degree in biobehavioral health, Rhoda studied biology and health policy and conducted global health research in Senegal, Thailand, and in the United States. She earned her PhD in prevention science and community health from the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, and she completed a postdoctoral fellowship at Temple University's Fox Chase Cancer Center. Her research has focused on cancer prevention and health equity in African ancestry communities. Dr. Rowe has held leadership roles across academe, industry, and government, including as a professor and research director. Dr. Rowe remains actively engaged with Penn State. She speaks widely on wellness, professional development, and work-life balance. And she's been recognized with the Barrett Prize, the HR Excellence in Teaching Award, and the Schreyer Honors College Gold Scholar Alumni Award. Dr. Rowe, I am so honored to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Well, thank you for that warm introduction. I must share my gratitude with Dr. Bendapudi, also the Alumni Association, and I am delighted to be representing the Schreyer Honors College and the College of Health and Human Development. So from my introduction, you could probably tell I'm a nerd, and with that, I looked up the definition of achieve, right? We're talking about Alumni Achievement Awards, and the definition is to gain with effort, despite difficulty, to reach. And as I look up in this room and see what it feels like stars, to be able to reach for our dreams really is a word that's coming to me, and to be able to realize the dreams that I've had through the support of Penn State is truly remarkable. My time here really has been nourished by mentors who have believed in me, who have seen things in me that I have yet to see in myself at that time. Also, friends, those peer mentors who really walk the journey alongside of you. So as I see, current students in the audience, really as you look to your left and right, these are the people that you do life with. And so I thank Penn State for the opportunities that you've afforded me. I think of why I chose Penn State, and part of it was the large alumni network. And I recall doing research in Thailand and traveling through Tokyo's airport, and I saw someone with a Penn State bag. Think about it, in Tokyo, I'm like, we are! And they chanted it back, and it was such a warm feeling to have a piece of camaraderie wherever literally you go in this world. And so it truly takes a village. I thank Penn State for being part of that village. I think I'd be remiss to not thank my original village with my family. Thank God for them, my ancestors, particularly my dad is here in the audience with his splash. Dad, there's the wave, awesome. Although my mom couldn't make it, we're throwing her a surprise party for her 65th birthday, don't tell her. So we have her distracted doing other things because it's tomorrow. But my parents were both born and raised in Haiti, and so I truly am their wildest dream. And to be able to stand here before you accepting this award really is a powerful moment that I have to give thanks to them. And so in my work with wellness, as mentioned, I've worked in academia, the private sector, the public sector. I really find the through line of being in wellness, even in my entrepreneurship with yoga and meditation, more recently interior design and feng shui, in real estate. My brother is actually my mentor there, and he teases me that although I have a PhD in public health, he has a PhD in real estate and development, so I'm learning a lot from him. Like, this morning having to snake a line with tree roots to the house. So glad I was still able to make it. And that just reminds me to share with everyone life is going to life. Have fun. Have fun. I think as we look back on the journey, we are young alumni and what have you, but quickly we won't be, right? And so along the journey, this is a reminder for me and for you all to have fun and take care. In order to do well, you have to be well. So thank you, Penn State.
think she had so many quotable quote lines, didn't she? It's amazing. So much wisdom. That's literally what I was saying, so much wisdom. I like that very much, about the students learning their peers so well too. What did you say, Rose? You said, these are the people you'll do life with. Excellent. I think that's very, very, very true. And now it's a great joy to invite Uma Moriarty to join me on stage. Uma is a senior investment strategist and global head of sustainability at Center Square Investment Management, a real estate firm with $14 billion in assets under management. In that role, she advises on firm-wide investment strategy and directs thought leadership and product strategy across public and private real estate platforms, strengthening Center Square's reputation as a global leader in sustainable investment. As the youngest partner at Center Square, Uma, reports directly to the CEO and chairs the firm's product and sustainability committees, shaping data-driven strategy and ensuring that sustainability concerns are factored into investment outcomes. She is a CFA charter holder and lead green associate, and has frequently been featured on CNBC, Bloomberg, and the BBC. She was recognized as a 2024 Woman of Influence by Globestreet.com. A 2014 honors graduate of the Smeal College of Business, Uma was active in Thon, Homecoming, the Schreier Honors College Leadership, and she's a member of Beta Gamma Sigma. She continues to serve Penn State, including now as a member of the Board of Trustees and on the Smeal Sustainability Advisory Board. She received the Schreier Honors College Outstanding Gold Scholar Alumni Award in 2024. Uma, you have the great privilege of being on the board, which means she's also one of my bosses. And I promise you I had nothing to do with the selection process. So I am truly honored. You make us so proud, representing us so well in so many forums. So it's my joy to give you the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you, Neely, for the very kind words. I do have the privilege of working closely with Neely and interacting a lot with her, and think the world of her. So thank you a lot for that. Unlike Alex, who could come up here and kind of like riff and tell a story, I think the rest of us had to like write something down. So here goes. Thank you first and foremost to Dean Mather, Dean Phelps, and the Alumni Association for this honor. As I reflect back on the things that have really shaped my career so far, I think there are two things that really stand out. One is a desire to make an impact, and the other one is a intellectual curiosity, so Matt Cap, similar to what you said, right? It never really turns off. The seed of both of those things were really planted by my family. I'm really honored to have my parents and my brother here in the audience with me today. But it was my time at Penn State that really brought these ideas to life. It taught me how to apply them at scale. Penn State didn't just encourage me to think big. It gave me the opportunities. It pushed me to ask the hard questions. It gave me the challenges, and then made sure that I was able to really deliver on those moments. And those lessons have shaped everything that I've done in my life since. In terms of the opportunities that I go out and seek, how I think about investing capital as an investor, how I want to show up as a leader, as a person, more recently as a mother. So today has been really special, I think, along with all the other alumni that have received awards. We've had a great time being back at Penn State, connecting with fellow alumni, with faculty, with students. Today's also another special day because it's my husband's birthday. So happy birthday, Dan. He deserves it. Most people choose to celebrate with dinners and others, and so thank you for choosing to do that at an Alumni Achievement Award ceremony. Quite the commitment, but really couldn't do what I do without his support. It's also our son's very first trip to Happy Valley, so we have another Nittany Lion in the making. such a special day, special event to be here with all of the other alumni that have been honored. And it's incredible to hear what Penn Staters are doing around the world. It makes everything seemingly that I do feel very small in nature. But I think that really amplifies the power of Penn State and what it is that this community affords us. So thank you again for the honor of this award, and happy to be here with everybody today. Probably take this with me.
Happy birthday, Dan. And I know you went to another school that's not so bad compared to Penn State. Yeah. We get it. But, we just want you to know we claim Ariane. He's coming here. Just putting it out there. Next, it's my honor to invite Tiffany Wheat to join me on stage. Tiffany is the Deputy Director of Continuous Improvement at biopharmaceutical company Sanofi, where she provides strategic leadership in vaccine manufacturing to enhance operational excellence, performance, and process robustness. She has led efforts to improve efficiency, safety, reliability in the production of vaccines for yellow fever, COVID-19, and influenza. Tiffany joined Sanofi in 2014 as a manufacturing technician, and she's held roles of increasing responsibility within the drug substance continuous improvement team. She holds a master's degree in bioengineering from Wilkes University and the Lean Six Sigma certificate from Villanova University. She's a 2014 graduate with a degree in engineering. And Tiffany, who came here to University Park from Hazleton, has never forgotten her roots. While here, she was very, very active in the Blue and White Society, and she remains deeply engaged with Penn State as the immediate past president of the Hazleton Campus Alumni Society. And she's also a member of the Penn State Alumni Council and Executive Board. In addition, Tiffany served as adjunct professor of engineering mechanics at Hazleton. Tiffany, I don't know how you all do what you do, but we are very grateful you do it. It's my honor to present you with the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is such a special event, and there's nowhere I'd rather be than here with all of you. I would like to offer my deepest gratitude to the Penn State Alumni Association and to the instrumental people who made this moment possible. My family, who have always believed in me, encouraged me, and instilled in me the value of hard work and education. You continue to be my biggest champions. Thank you for cheering me on, not just today, but every day. Penn State Hazleton, which gave me not only an academic home, but a community of genuine, dedicated people who support me, challenge me, and make me feel valued. They devoted their time to nominate me for this award without my knowledge, and that's really a meaningful act that I'll never forget. My team at Sanofi, thank you for the shared trust we've built and for everything we accomplished together as we work to make a difference. With these three pillars in mind, Ryan Jones' words about passion meeting purpose really resonated with me, because that's what Penn State helped me find. My abilities, the confidence to use them, and a responsibility to give back. Almost 12 years after graduating, I'm still realizing the full potential of what it means to be a Penn Stater. I'm constantly impressed and inspired by those who carry the Penn State spirit. Their drive, their kindness, and their deep sense of belonging to something bigger than ourselves. I'm honored to be a part of this remarkable group of award recipients and proud to be part of this Pride of Nittany Lions. I aspire to carry forward the best qualities of the people who have poured into my life and to share those qualities with others in my own way. At the end of the day, which we are getting close to, My greatest hope is that I make the people I love proud. Thank you.
Tiffany, I know you make all the people who love you very proud just by being you. Just hearing your words, it comes through. Anyone who remembers that it's not just about you, but how you give back to the world, nothing more needs to happen. Beautiful. And now, I would like you to join me in congratulating all of our awardees. Each of you shows us that a Penn State education is not simply about a career or making a living. It is actually about creating the good life, the meaningful life, preparation for a life of impact. Even at this stage of your careers, you've already accomplished so much, and we know you have so much ahead of you. Your leadership strengthens us. It inspires the students who will follow in your footsteps. And I'll have a couple more remarks, but I want to bring back Ryan Jones to the stage.
Thank you, Dr. Bendaputi. It's a pretty great evening. We said in the beginning, right? It's inspirational. It's humbling. It's just a great example of what Penn State and Penn Staters can do. So I really appreciate everybody being here tonight. We've celebrated not only the achievement, but like Dr. Bendaputi referenced excuse me, earlier, connection, that lifelong bond that unites Penn Staters across generations and across the globe. That connection, obviously, is what the Penn State Alumni Association exists to sustain. Hopefully everyone in this room knows we've got the largest dues-paying alumni association in the world. We've got more than 800,000 living alumni. Those numbers really matter to us, and they're important to the work that we do. For the first time this year, this ceremony supports our Sustaining Pride Fund. The Sustaining Pride program powers the programs, events, chapters, and career connections that ensure that once you are a Penn Stater, you are never on your own. You might have noticed the opportunity to contribute during registration tonight, and I want to thank all of those who have already made a gift in honor of any of our award recipients. Your generosity is already strengthening the Penn State network. If you've been inspired tonight by what you've seen and heard, I invite you to scan the QR code on the back of your program to make a gift in honor of one of our honorees. Every contribution at any level helps sustain this lifelong community. So please join me one more time in congratulating tonight's Alumni Achievement Award winners. And it's now my pleasure to introduce the 84th president of the Penn State Alumni Association, Susan Robinson. Susan is a 1994 Penn State graduate who has volunteered with the Alumni Association for nearly 30 years, including leadership roles with the New York City chapter and Alumni Council. As a consultant and TED speaker, she uses her leadership expertise and perspective as a woman who is legally blind to challenge assumptions and drive change. Please join me in welcoming Susan Robinson.
I'm sitting in my chair a bit speechless, which many of you in this room know doesn't happen very often and could be considered an invitation to go buy a lottery ticket. Wow, Ryan, thank you so much. Dr. Bendaputi, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you for being here. And if we might do another round of applause for our incredible Alumni Achievement Award honorees this evening. Honorees, directly to you, congratulations. Congratulations on being incredible human beings, and even more so, incredible Penn Staters. Your remarkable achievements are awe-inspiring. It may seem easy and just day-to-day for you, but speaking on behalf of maybe the number of people in this room, our to-do lists have gotten a lot longer for tomorrow. I am reminded of some wonderful words by our 12th president of the Penn State Alumni Association, Eric Walker. And he said, "Wherever you go, Penn State will go. You are now a part of her. Her image will be cast in yours, and your reputation will become her reputation." For you honorees tonight, thank you from the bottom of our blue and white hearts for the image that you have cast and the reputation that you have given to our beloved alma mater. What you have done in the early stages of your career leaves me in particular wondering, how much further will you go and what will you accomplish with the remaining career and lives that you have? Dr. Walker's words actually continued, and they were, in order to continue to prepare future generations of young men and women for leadership in complex society, in part is determined by what you do. And thank you for what you have done to allow Penn State to continue to do its work in preparing the future leaders for tomorrow. What you have done with your colleagues at your work in your communities in the world and for Penn State is more than any of us could even appropriately express in thanks, and we do so with our very best efforts tonight. Thank you so very much for who you are. Thank you for choosing Penn State, and thank you for swelling thy fame. Thank you for all of you in the room for joining this evening. Thank you online for joining as well. For those of you online, I'd like to invite you to continue celebrating, but I'm sorry it won't be here, but you can stay on Zoom as long as you want. And if you are in this room, we have a few logistics to get to, but if you are in this room and you would like to continue celebrating our honorees, which I really hope that you do, we'll leave this room in a few minutes and just go directly to the left. So you'd walk outside the doors, make a left, and sort of U-turn around into the next room. So hopefully you will do that. One more round of applause, please, for our amazing honorees. And now for a couple of logistics. Honorees, if you would please grab your new hardware and come up on stage with our interim CEO, Ryan Jones, and our beloved university president, President Bendaputi, if all of you would join me on stage. Our next act is, with Penn State tradition, to sing our alma mater. I'm not doing it by myself, so please come up. I mean, I will, but I don't think you want me to do that. So honorees, please don't forget your hardware. Amazing. And everyone here in the room, and if you are at home, if you would please rise if you are able, and we will sing our alma mater together. Thank you so much to our musicians.
Everybody join me in giving a big round of applause to Susan Robinson and to Ryan Jones. And I want to remind you all, as you sing the alma mater, the words alma mater means a nourishing mother. That's why we say Penn State as she and her. You need to come back, right? You know you got to call mom, you need to see mom. So next year, all the honorees, I hope you will come back, and please, let's sing our alma mater with pride and joy that we shared in all of these incredible young people. All right, we'll continue. Come on, get closer. We'll see how we do this.